yet. Well, okay, never mind. It's recording now. What's good, YouTube? Multi-Apple here in another video, and today we're playing a game I haven't played in maybe a couple of months. Call of Duty Black Ops 3. So let's go and get started. Man, I always get down when I feel nostalgic. I was feeling nostalgic before I started this video, and I went for a walk, and I was thinking about some of my favorite TV shows when I was a kid, like Extreme Dodgeball, Time Warp Trio, and perhaps my favorite show of all time when I was a kid, Endurance. I mentioned Endurance many times before on my channel, and um, yeah, I mentioned it many times before on my channel, and it is forever a great show. If I can remember to link it down below, there is a YouTube channel that has every episode of Endurance uploaded. And the channel's name is Signatelli. And if I don't remember, please let me know in the comment section so that way I can actually link it down below. It'll be in the pinned comment. Hopefully I can remember, but if I don't, remind me. And if you're interested, you can watch the show. And I highly recommend watching the show. I'm not doing a good job selling it, but it was really such a great show. Something I was supposed to over here. Well, we're not gonna have enough time to do it, so we're just gonna go and retrieve the human form. Sorry if you see anything offensive in this video. We're just gonna go ahead and go to the end of the round. So yeah, Endurance used to air on Discovery Kids. So I live in America. I live in the United States of America, and we no longer get Discovery Kids here. I think it underwent several name changes. It was Discovery Family, then it was something else, maybe the Hash Brown Network or something, I don't know. And now it is the things like the Hub Network or something like that. I don't remember, but it's under a completely different name, and the company no longer shows any of the no longer airs any of the shows they did. You know, when they were known as Discovery Kids, which sucks because I grew up with Discovery Kids here in America, and they had some dang good shows, not just Endurance. Let me know if you've heard of Endurance or any of the following shows I mentioned, or even Extreme Dodgeball. Extreme Dodgeball was not on, was on GSN, not Discovery Kids. So, but you had Time Warp Trio, you had Endurance, you had, let's see what other shows I watched. There was Kenny the Shark, you had Tuttenstein, oh gosh. Flight 29 Down was another great show that they had. I'm trying to think what other shows they had. Probably none. Kenny the Shark, I'd probably already mentioned that, but there aren't any more that I can remember off the top of my head right now. So, I will try to remember. Oh, there's The Strange Days at Blake Cozy High. That was such a good show. We're gonna go down, or we're not gonna go down, we're actually gonna go to this mode. So let's go ahead and go all the way over here. I love The Strange Day. I love Strange Days at Lake Halsey High as well. That was probably their fourth best show in my opinion. The best show in my opinion is Endurance. It's kind of like a teen reality competition series. Best way I can describe it. Then you had second best show was probably Flight 29 Down. Third was Time Warp Trio. That was their best animated show, if you ask me. Fourth best show was Strange Days at Blick Cozy High. Kenny Shark was amazing as well. Tetzenstein was also good. Tetzenstein was funny. The character Tetzenstein. Oh, there's also Trading Spaces, Boys vs. Girls. Those are all the ones I can remember off the top of my head. I'd say Endurance closely resembles the TV show Survivor, which I have no idea why they canceled Endurance after 6 seasons. I can never find a reason why they canceled it. If you know why they canceled Endurance, please let me know in the comment section. But I know the company that produced the show was Three Balls Productions, and we failed there. Go ahead and throw a grenade out. Gosh, why won't it let me go? It should be letting me go into multiple things of those per round. I could really use a nuke right now. Yeah, are there any more crawlers left? Yep. Don't matter though. Oh well. I remember watching Extreme Dodgeball whenever it came out, whenever it aired each episode. That show was canceled after 3 seasons, which, in my opinion, is another travesty, just like the canceled Endurance and all the other good shows on Discovery Kids, if you ask me. Okay, I'm gonna need a good weapon. Let's go and trade out the Bloodhound for this. Not really doing a high round this video. I normally go for a high round, but I have to sweat off my forehead. Sorry about that. Although, these do look pretty interesting. The one thing I hate, starting with, I think it was Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, if I remember correctly. They started making multiple kinds of zombies and creatures. No, they did that at least in Black Ops 1, never mind. Remember with Kino to Toten. There are little things over here that I keep forgetting to open. We're gonna do that before I open the final area. I'm mainly opening up these areas for, I know this is part of the Easter egg, I think, but mainly like opening up these places so I could have some room to train the zombies. Survive. Because the point of this game is to survive as long as you can. Oh, I went down, crap. That's on me, though. That's on me. I have to get quick revive again. But on the other hand, we can always do this and turn on Widow's Wine. Right there. We can turn on Mule Kick. And on this. But I know I hate it, but I get why they do it. to create different types of zombies to make the game a little bit harder. So that's understandable. Look in Black Ops when they had these little crawl zombies that were mainly very small, and they made it difficult to actually, because they were kind of difficult to kill. Um, I just realized that may not have been a good place to open up the trap, because that would have affected me into the game. So what are the good shows that I watched as a kid? The Weakest Link was great. That only aired for like a year and a half, 2 years here in America. It aired much longer in the UK. Go ahead. Unless I completely missed it in any of the maps, they took out the claymores. I'm not sure if they took it out of Kino to Choten, but I love the claymores and Origins. Not sure if they took either out. How much is this? Go ahead and get Widow's Wine for what it does. Oh, heck yeah. I mean, you still have to be careful, but it does destroy the zombies, or kill them, I should say. The Weakest Link, Deal or No Deal, I started it like aired when I was a teenager, so. When I was a little kid, I watched a couple seasons of Dragon Ball Z. I loved Pokemon, maybe up until the end of the 3rd grade. Although I did play Pokemon Leaf Green and Fire Red and a couple of other games on my Game Boy and Game Boy Advance, but I no longer own either. Yu-Gi-Oh was another good show. I remember watching the series, at least 4 of the 5 seasons, if not the 5th. If I watched the 5th, I really genuinely do not remember it. Let's see, Pokemon. I loved the video games of Pokemon. Probably even more than the series itself. In terms of watching it. But Generation 3 was the last generation that I really remember watching. I at least played the video games up until Gen 3. So up until then, I can remember a lot of the Pokemon. I can't remember their strengths or weaknesses, many of the characters, but I do remember I can remember the Pokemon and stuff. I guess they're technically characters themselves, but Ash, Misty, Brock, Professor Oak. Don't really remember Ash's mom that much. Did Ash even, I know Ash had a mom for sure, but was his father ever mentioned in the series? Moreover, why would they allow a 10-year-old kid to run off and become a Pokemon trainer? And why would they actually not allow them to get the basic education? And that was just a fictional TV show, but I remember watching the 2003 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series. That was a great series. I'm about to head down, maybe. Oh gosh, I'm down. Not good. Yeah, let's go ahead and get my last quick revive. Never mind. Oh man. So okay, we can run that back. I've not purchased the DLC, but due to the amount of games I have on my Xbox One, I do not have any space to download the DLC. Although I did purchase it. Um. So yeah, let's take a quick look at the Discovery series. So there's Deal or No Deal. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? I loved, but I stopped watching that a while. I did watch a couple of new episodes over the years. There's a there was a game show called Cheaters. Um, there was or something like that. There's Doggy Dog I watched. Let's look first of all at Discovery Kids. While we run this back. My favorite season of Endurance was season 3. Don't ask me why, but I know my favorite color is blue, but I was rooting for the um yellow team all the way. So I think it's now known as the it's known as the Hub Net. It went from Discovery Kids to the Hub slash or then to the Hub Network, and then now it's known as Discovery Family. Let's see. No, Scaredy Cat was a good one. Flight 29 down, I mentioned. I watched Benny the Jungle Girl. That was a good show. Rest in peace, Steve Irwin, who did appear on that. Truth or Scare was what really got me into the paranormal. That was the. I started watching that when I was 6 years old. I got into that as a little kid. Um, there is Starsky's Wildlife. I love that show. Um, Watched a couple episodes of Adventure Camp. Didn't really love that. Let me see. Um, there's another one. Let me find it. Safari was a good show, but I'm guessing they didn't really have it here. But there was like a junkyard robot show. I'm sure I could do an entire video over great shows I watched as a little kid. And I could go on for several hours about it. And what each show was about and why I liked each show. Um, there is... What else? On the Game Show Network, there's Doggy Dog. That was a good show. That was pretty interesting. Mentioned Extreme Dodgeball, Deal or No Deal. Family Feud was on there a while. I think it still is. Um, then there is um, Newlywed Show, I think was another one. Oh, I know this isn't a game show, but this isn't even air on the Game Show Network. But I mean, if you've seen the Bernie Mac show or the George Lopez show, like the comedy series, let me know. Those were great shows. I know I mentioned Disney and Nickelodeon shows I like. I know an old Nickelodeon show I used to like was called Scaredy Camp. Um, Highly recommend it. See what else was there. No, back in 2016, I used to talk about Wits Academy. Like late 2015, 2016. That was a spin-off to Every Which Way. But I never actually saw Every Which Way. I just saw Wits Academy, and I thought that was a good show. I tried watching I Am Frankie. I remember seeing part, if not all, of the first episode, but then I was like really busy with school and didn't um even I didn't even get to see any of the other episodes. But yeah, what else was there? Um, Other shows were there that I used. Whammy, which was an old show in the 70s, and they did a spin off in the early to mid 2000s. I don't remember the name of it, but it was a good show. Remember the Press Your, I think it was maybe Whammy was a spin off, and then Press Your Luck was the original, but there's still a controversy around it. But that's with the original one. I think maybe Whammy, Press Your Luck, something like that. Either way, it involved Michael Larson, who became obsessed with the show, and he um, won a lot of money off of that show. Um, which, I mean, they had the same reoccurring patterns, and he had the smarts to memorize the patterns for each show, the show, before they changed it. Which, let's be honest, I don't blame it. If you had a chance, if you're smart enough to do that, and you would win a lot of money for that, then I mean technically it is cheating, but technically it's not. It's not in the sense that if the producers didn't want that to happen, they shouldn't have made it so predictable. Because there's guarantees to somebody to win enough money with the patterns. But she won several $100,000 worth of money. Go ahead and throw out a grenade and hope that. Oh, 1 versus 100 was a good show. There was only one winner off of that. Jeopardy was another good show. Um, let's go ahead and open up this area. Gosh. Other than naming Disney shows, Nickelodeon shows, there aren't really any other shows that I can think of off the top of my head. To be honest. I spent some time naming Disney shows and Nickelodeon shows in previous videos. And when I used to do my Just Talking podcast, I spent an entire episode, don't remember which one, talking about shows that I loved as a kid. Gosh, I know I mentioned Extreme Dodgeball many times this video, but there was Rip Thorne who played the coach in Dodgeball: A True Underdog Story. Was actually the commissioner for the final season. It was a good show. No, David Benedetto was on that show. Not sure why they canceled Extreme Dodgeball. Um, this did air mainly before really social media took off, as it did at the time of this recording. Like it's 2018 now, but I mean, Extreme Dodgeball was maybe canceled in 2004, 2005. So Facebook and MySpace were around. YouTube was relatively new. If Extreme Dodgeball ended in 2005, it was just about to launch or was relatively new. Let's see. We need to get a weapon. Do it from over here. So yeah, there weren't very many social media sites. Back then. And they didn't have the popularity like Twitter. I want to say Twitter was launched in 2008. Could have been earlier. Twitter was, if it was around back then, it wasn't even remotely popular. Facebook was a couple of years old, and I think MySpace started around the same time. Instagram was definitely not around. Neither was Snapchat. I didn't even create my YouTube channel until 2009, so just think of all the social media sites that I used back then. Some good memories. I had several accounts created before this one. And after I created this one, but this is the only one I use regularly now, and the ones that opened up before are now closed. So this is the only account I use on a regular basis. I do have an account attached to this one that was like a personal one. But I don't have any videos on that one. They have one at one point, but then I uploaded it to my main channel. And then, because I think I got that one when they introduced Google Plus, which they intended it to be like Facebook, from what I heard. It didn't work out that well, but yeah, I created my channel on like May 4th, 2009. I created my first video about 17 days later. And had I known gaming would have taken off as well as it did, I would have started in 2009. Because not some of the best, because that is, in my opinion, the best YouTubers aren't gaming YouTubers. But some of the more well-known YouTubers started in 2009, 2010. And I didn't start, I've uploaded every year since I created my YouTube channel. It's just I didn't really start uploading regularly until 2014. Man, that was messed up. I feel like if you're drinking the perk, they should allow you to stay up. So yeah. And gaming, even back then in 2014, I mean, compared to now, it was a lot. Gaming back then was oversaturated, but I mean, compared to now, it wasn't as bad. There's a lot of gaming content now on YouTube. I think that's one of the more popular things to upload to YouTube. And then again, compared to some of the other stuff, it's really easy to do. If you have the right software to do it. And you can just record gameplay and that's it. I mean, I know a lot of YouTubers edit, and I'm not really good at editing. But I want to edit more. I may practice more during the, it's a break, and with some gaming videos. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm gonna end it here. So, let me look at some old GSN shows before I... Oh, I found now I see the show's Operation Junkyard for Endurance. The Game Show Network. I've originally had a PS2, but I no longer own it. I got that when I was for Christmas of 2003. Oh, I remember Nickelodeon Guts and something like that. There's another version of it that was international. I mentioned 1 versus 100. There was this show called the American Bible Challenge. That's interesting. Never saw it, but let's see. Let's look at. There was a show where they had. Yeah, I remember. It's Cram. They stayed up all night memorizing things to be asked for, and they would have to be quizzed over. This Friend or Foe. Um, Friend or Foe. Let's see. There's a show called It Takes a Church. Never knew that. Um, yeah, let's see. There's Lingo. I remember Lingo. Um, the Newlywed Game. I mentioned that. The Pyramid. I think I remember that. There's Whammy, the all new Press Your Luck. Uh, Russian Roulette. There's a TV show called that. Oh, if there was Whammy, the all new Press Your Luck. Oh, the old one was known as Press Your Luck. Okay, there you go. Yeah, those are some shows I watched. Anyway, if you know any of the shows I'm talking about, let me know in the comment section. And, yeah, what was your favorite thing about them? Deuces. And I hope you have a good rest of your day. I'm going to let this go to 33 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and put some stuff in the trash because, yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Oh, well. Deuces.